Your car's exhaust system has a way of tasting the fumes to see if the engine is running clean. But right now, one of those taste buds has gone completely numb. That is the essence of the trouble code P0146, which stands for O2 sensor circuit no activity detected, specifically on bank 1, sensor 3. This sensor is located way back after your catalytic converter. Its main job is to act like a hall monitor, checking to see if the catalytic converter is actually doing its job of cleaning up emission. The computer in your car, the PCM, supplies a reference voltage of about half a volt to this sensor. When everything is working right, the sensor varies this voltage based on how much oxygen is in the exhaust fume. Lean exhaust drops the voltage, and rich exhaust raises it. Now, unlike the front sensors that switch wildly back and forth, this rear sensor is usually a bit lazier, which is normal. But if the computer sees that the sensor is not switching at all, or is just completely stuck, it sets this code. You might notice your car idling roughly, driving poorly, or just guzzling more gas than usual. Before you rush out to buy a new sensor, there is a trick you can try. Start the engine and get it nice and hot. Watch the sensor data on a scanner if you have one. If it is stuck, try revving the engine to a fast idle. Sometimes these sensors get sluggish or go dormant if they're not hot enough. If revving it wakes it up, the sensor is likely on its way out and should be replaced. Also, check for oil or coolant contamination on the sensor tip. If that fails, grab your multimeter. You need to check the heater circuit. There are 4 wires. 2 of them power a little heater inside the sensor to get it working fast. If the fuse is blown or the wire is cut and that heater is not working, the sensor will stay cold and act dead. If you have power and ground to the heater, try a jumper wire test. Connect the sensor ground to the signal wire. The reading should drop immediately. If it does, your wiring to the computer is good and the sensor is definitely bad. If the reading does not change, even with the jumper wire, you might be looking at a wiring break between the sensor and the computer, or in very rare cases, a bad computer. It is usually just a dead sensor or a melted wire touching the exhaust pipe, so start with the visual checks first.